Hey, got a quick word for you today. I was just releasing another word, and as I was recording, the Spirit of the Lord gave me another revelation, and so this is for somebody. And so when you look at the text concerning Jacob and Leah and Rachel, we understand that Leah birthed 6 children to Jacob, right? And then her handmaiden had 2, and then Rachel birthed only 2 children. Her handmaiden also birthed 2 children, and Leah also had a daughter, Dinah. So let's not forget her. So all in total, Leah birthed 7 children to Jacob, and then with her handmaiden, that made up 9 technically, because they would then belong to her. And 8 of those were sons who would be part of, the tribes of Israel, who would make up the tribes of Israel. Well, when you look at Rachel with her handmaiden and herself, they birthed 4 children, but technically the only 2 were produced from Rachel's womb. But this word is to encourage somebody who is looking at, the quantity of all somebody else is doing, and it seemed like they popping them out like boom, 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 different things, different ventures, different opportunities, some of them. And you're like, I only have 2, but God is saying that he has great purpose for your 2. Not that all the tribes didn't have an assignment over their lives, but when you consider Joseph, he was a deliverer to all of Israel. And not only that, but Benjamin happened to be the tribe in which the first king came from with regards to Israel and having their first king when we look at Saul. I want to encourage you that though you feel like you don't have the same quantity as someone else, it doesn't mean that you don't have quality that's so maximized concerning what God wants to do in, through, and for you. Let the Lord use you, and don't minimize yourself, comparing yourself to others. Listen, the other thing I wanted to share, just a reminder to just add a little extra to that. In 1 Samuel chapter number 1, we find that Hannah is there, and she's being taunted by Peninnah. She's like, and there are some of you who have experienced that in your life. And even if people ain't saying nothing, you're looking at it yourself, like they are just, accomplishing this, popping this out, walking in this. And it seems like all these things are happening. And Peninnah had all these children, and Hannah still didn't have any. But at the end of the day, when Hannah birthed Samuel, not only was he a son, not only was he her firstborn son, but he was also going to be a prophet. And not just any prophet. He would be raised as a priest. So he was priest and prophet, and he would anoint Israel's first 2 kings. I want to share that with you. What you've been carrying also has a timing that is assigned to it. And with that timing that is assigned to it, that God is going to use it, it's going to be crossing generations. This is generational impact. It speaks of, in chapter number 2 of 1 Samuel, how, Hannah begins to sing this song, and how she has more children than even Peninnah had. If you look in other literature, it speaks of that, Peninnah's children, they started dying to the point where she was like, will you please take the rest of my children as your own, because she didn't want to lose anymore. Not to mention the fact that after Hannah had birthed Samuel, she had more children of her own. And so she, which ended up birthing late, ended up having more children. The Bible speaks of in Isaiah chapter number 54, for you to be not discouraged, those who sing, O barren woman who's never birthed any children, you're going to end up with far more children even than the others. I want to encourage you, those of you who feel like your life has not been producing, you're about to end up with so much more, far more. And even when you look at it, make sure you look at the quality, not just the quantity. God bless. Talk soon.